Good evening. We are from Group 11. We'll conduct the experiment, which is the flow measurement apparatus. So before I started the experiment, I want to introduce myself. My name is Fitri Shelbian Abalang. So this is my teammate. This is Airi. This is Nur Hanifah Rahim. This is Muhammad Ikhwan, and the last one is Hani Hazwani. So for measurement apparatus, the flow measurement apparatus is to design an operating characteristic of various type of flow meter, which is it is a working measurement system to measure and display the water level of the volumetric mass, the volumetric tank, the flow rate of the water in the tube apparatus, and the last one is the temperature of the fluid and room temperature.
Hello, my name is Nuhani Farahid binti Muhammad with credit number 73715. I'm going to show you how we conduct the experiment using our measuring system. So first, I will switch off the car and open the valve for the water to flow. Then we can see that the flow rate is being shown here. So now we have to wait for the water to be at fixed volume. As the water is already at the fixed level, we will take the setup of our transmitter to detect the level of water.
Water level is being recorded by the LCD display, so we have to reset it by inserting needed data and wait for a while for the sensor to really take the accurate measurement of the water level.
So here's the water level of our tank, which is 0.36 meter. And here's the temperature, the ambient temperature of the tank, 28.7 degrees Celsius. Our flow rate of the water is 21.40 liter per minute. Lastly, we measure the temperature of water by using IR thermometer gun. So here's the water. We only hold it and press. It's 26.8 degrees Celsius. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hani Hazwani, matrix number 73480. In this assignment video, I'll be explaining the apparatus used in this assignment video. Firstly, we have the flow meter apparatus, which consists of the pump switch, the hydraulic bench, the tube apparatus, the volumetric tank, and the sump tank. Next, there are two measuring systems used in this assignment, which are wireless ultrasonic tank liquid levelometer with temperature sensor, which includes indoor LCD receiver, and the water level sensor transmitter. These measuring systems are used to measure the water level in the volumetric tank and to measure the room temperature. Wireless ultrasonic tank liquid levelometer with temperature sensor, we are using the measuring tab, the screwdriver, bottle, floater, box, and double AA batteries. Next, we are going to use the water flow rate sensor, or also called as flometer. This water flow sensor are used to measure the water flow rate in the tube apparatus. For the water flow rate sensor, we are using two 6-volt batteries with crocodile wire and this type of connector, pipe connector. The last thing we are going to use IR thermometer gun to measure the water temperature in volumetric tank. That's it from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Airi Kodela Masula and my metric number is 751. So for my part, I will explain how to install the system. And this is transmitter, LCD display, measuring tape, and the box. And the last one is the box that we use for measure the height. And have a flow meter system for measuring the flow meter of the system. So the first step for the installation, we're gonna measure the height of the bottle. So as you can see, the height of the bottle is 77 centimeter. 77 centimeter. And the next step, we're gonna put the transmitter inside the box and put this box onto the bottle. So we have this kind of look of the system. So next, I'm gonna explain how to install the flow rate meter. So here we have the connector, this one, which is connected to flow rate sensor, and after that it connected to the flow rate meter. So whenever the water runs from the system, the sensor here will detect the flow rate of the system, and the data of the final result will display on the flow rate meter here, the device. The device that we use, it is connected to the power supply. That we use this kind of power supply, 6-volt battery.
Based on the tools used, the IR thermometer, the wireless ultrasonic tank-like level meter with temperature sensor, and also the water flow rate sensor, we can observe that each of the tools used have their own advantages and limitations. For IR thermometer, the advantage is that it is easy to use because we can measure temperature by pointing the thermometer to a surface. It also gives fast reading because it gives the temperature with only the click of a button. It can be used to measure in inaccessible places because it has high portability based on its operating principle. In contrary, it also has its own limitations. The IR thermometer can only measure surface temperature because most surfaces absorb heat when the radiation from the IR thermometer is focused on the surface. It is also sensitive to condition of the air, which is fog, smoke, frost, moisture, or particles in the air, because such things can block the radiation from touching the surface of the object that we want to measure. The thermometer can also be affected by proximity to a radio frequency. For wireless ultrasonic tank-like level meter with temperature sensor, the advantages are it has sensing capability to sense all material type. It is also not affected by atmospheric conditions such as dust, snow, rain, and etc. It also provides a good reading in sensing large size objects with hard surfaces because the sensor can convert such sounds bounced from the object into electrical signal, which gives units. In contrary, the limitations for this sensor are it cannot work in a vacuum because it needs sound to be traveled to the sensor because vacuum does not have the medium for sound to travel. It also has more difficulties in reading reflections of sound from soft, curved, thin and small objects because sound is absorbed by such materials. It also has its accuracy affected by low density material because low density material tend to absorb sound. For water flow rate sensor, the advantages are it has the ability to work in a wide temperature range. It is also unaffected by pressure, temperature, and viscosity of the fluid. It also has a very high accuracy for mass flow measurements. The limitations for this sensor are it is highly sensitive to vibration interference because it required water to flow through it. It is also affected by wear and tear because in a long-term use, the movement of water will give a lot of friction to the sensor. It also is susceptible to corrosion by water-based fluids.
So, in conclusion, the flow measurement is really useful for measuring high flow as it results in minimal disruption in the flow. Thus, it is proven that the working measurement system is able to display the water level of the volumetric tank. Next, the flow rate of the water in the tube apparatus and the temperature of the fluid and room temperature. So that's all from our group. Thank you.